Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing my Stormer 2.0 revamp. This MOC stands just about at 10 inches tall, and here's about the average 2.0 hero. This is about how tall all of them were, on average. And so, as you can see, Stormer's quite a bit bigger. And then here he is up next to Evo. I've already reviewed Evo 2. If you'd like to see his detailed review, the link will be in the description of this video. As you can see, I'm trying to keep the heroes pretty scale with each other. Now, I'll show you just one villain. Here's Jetbug. He's already been reviewed as well if you'd like to see that video. And as you can see, he's quite a bit bigger. And Jetbug is the smallest villain. So that should put things in perspective. I really like the leg design. My favorite detail is the use of Stormer 1.0/4.0's helmet for his knee armoring. This leg design is hybrid. It uses a Technic frame for the lower leg, but the upper leg is just a standard Hero Factory bone piece. This is a nice leg design for a few reasons. It's really stable, and also it makes use of the Bionicle foot piece, just the standard foot, and that works very well because this is a very mechanical looking piece. They detailed it very well, and it perfectly fits Stormer's helmet, and in fact it fits most of the heroes' helmets. In fact, I actually don't know if there's a hero helmet that it wouldn't fit, besides of course some weird ones. Like it wouldn't work exactly with this helmet. You'd have to do some modification, of course, but the 2.0 helmets aren't normal. They're kind of the odd ones out. But this is a pretty nicely closed up leg design, and I really like the use of this cone right here specifically. That's supposed to look like a shock absorber for the knee, and I think that works pretty well. I used some 2016/2015 Bionicle armor plates in white right there. Those are very cool looking armor plates to me. Unfortunately, I didn't find the most stable feet in white, so he's a little bit wobbly on his feet. I don't typically put friction adding stabilizer pieces on the feet just because it makes the foot too tall. Like I used on the leg here. I could have used those on the feet, but I just think it makes the feet way too tall. That's really all I have to say about the leg design. I am doing a build video for all of the heroes, so if you want a more in-depth look at their designs, be sure to check out the build videos once those release. I really like the upper body. Of course, the bulk of the pieces are in his body design, and I really think he's closed up pretty well. Unfortunately, I don't know what exactly it is, but I think the chest might be too flat, and it left this MOC looking a little bit weird, especially with his neck, because without that one, that's the smallest Hero Factory joint, without the joint, his head looks like it's not sticking out far enough, but then with the joint, it looks like it's sticking out too far. So I could have either puffed out the chest a little bit more, but then that would have left him looking kind of disproportionate. Still, I think it looks a little weird with how long his neck is, but it's not too noticeable, I don't think. I used more Bionicle armor plates right there to cover up his sides, which those are nicely integrated, and there's a little bit of wiggle to them, but there's no room for them to come off. They're very stable in their connection point. I put some tanks on his back to symbolize some sort of like fluid that's flowing to either arm. The original Stormer, of course, had one blue wire running to his gun, but I decided to add one to his other arm. And I'll show you the gun design close up too. These are supposed to be missiles, and then of course the spears are on the other side. I have a surprising amount of those in blue, and I think this makes his gun look a lot heavier. He has a barrel too right here. This would just be some sort of laser, and then maybe this would be more like a cannon of some sort. But originally, the first design I had, he didn't even have these barrels, and it was just 2 spears and this detailed piece from the Star Wars buildable figures up there. And so it was a very bland gun, and it was pretty flat on his arm too, so I just had to upgrade that as well. And this arm has a different design. I didn't go with the Hero Factory bone piece over here. I went with another Bionicle shoe. Those are very useful in limb designs. As you can see, I've used 3 on this build. And like I said, it's a very mechanical piece, and so it works very well for the 2.0s. I really like the body design too, minus that I think the chest just isn't puffed out quite enough. And I even tried to fix it a little bit, but I didn't want to do any damage to the MOC. This is my least favorite of all of the heroes that I've built. And so if you don't like him, just keep in mind that I think the others are much, much better. I've set up a small pose here. This is, of course, 3 of the 6 heroes in 2.0. We have 2 more heroes to go. All that's left is Furno and Nyx. Those are the 2 I have not reviewed yet. Once the heroes are all out, once all their reviews are out, I'll start posting the build videos. I've already gotten 3 of the build videos done, but keep in mind, it's hard to get a lot of content out there these days. And so I'm going to be spacing the build videos a little bit more than I'd like. It would probably be something like 1 build video per week, which I'm going to try to build the villains as well, but it's going to be pretty hard. They're much bigger and much more complex. But if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my other 2.0 videos.